Hello and welcome to our lesson on subtraction for positive integers. In this lesson, we'll build upon your understanding of addition for positive integers by introducing the concept and technique of subtraction. Specifically, we'll focus on 1. Understanding the basic principles of subtraction and how it differs from addition. 2. Learning how to perform subtraction operations under the condition that the difference is greater than 0. 3. Finally, running through various examples and cases to apply and reinforce this new knowledge. In our previous lessons, we've established a strong foundation in addition for positive integers. You now know how to combine positive integers to get a bigger number. With this fundamental knowledge of addition, we are now ready to dive into subtraction. Understanding how to subtract positive integers when their difference is greater than 0 is crucial in many areas of mathematics. For example, if we know the total number of items and the number already counted, subtraction helps us find the remaining quantity. By mastering this technique, you will be well equipped to handle more complex arithmetic operations and solve practical problems involving differences and remainders. Let's get started. So what is subtraction? Well, subtraction helps us find the difference between two numbers by taking one number away from another. This is useful when we want to determine how much more one number is compared to another. Let's start with an easy example. Say we have 8 minus 3 equals 5. Here, we have taken away 3 from 8 to get 5. The difference between 8 and 3 is 5. To flesh this out, we can use a number line. We start at the point 8 and then count 3 units back like this. So we can see here 8 minus 3 is 5. For larger numbers, we can use the counting method as we did before, but it can become difficult when we have to count back hundreds of units. Instead, we'll introduce a column method for subtraction. Let's take a relatively simple case for this, 18 minus 7. Here's how we do it, step by step, using the column method. First, we align the numbers on top of each other according to their place value. Next, we perform our subtraction again, starting from the unit column on the right. So we have 8 minus 7 is 1. We then move on to the tens column. Since there is nothing to subtract here, we carry over the 1. So 18 minus 7 equals 11. Let's now take a look at a slightly more complicated example, 23 minus 4. Again, we set this problem up as usual. Let's perform subtraction now on the unit column. Something you might notice, though, is that 3 minus 4 is less than 0. In order to perform this calculation then, we need to borrow a 10 from the neighboring tens column like this. We now perform the calculation as 13 minus 4, which gives us 9. Moving on to the tens place, which now only has a 1, we carry it over so our answer is 19. This might seem counterintuitive for two reasons. Firstly, the unit columns isn't supposed to have tens in it. Second, the whole point of using the column method was to simplify subtractions. Regarding the first point, we bend the rules slightly here to allow us to reach the right answer. After all, once we've donated 110 to the unit column, we still have the same number. See for yourself in the above example. On the top row, we still have the number 23, if presented a little strangely. As for the second point, it is true that these sorts of subtractions can be initially challenging to navigate. However, it's a skill that begins to feel natural with practice, just like riding a bike. Moreover, it's a lot easier to calculate a subtraction like 2483, 1839 using the column method than by counting back 1839 units from 2483. Subtraction can also be used to find the difference between one number and two other numbers combined. For example, say we have 9 minus 3 minus 2. We can handle this step by step. First, we do 9 minus 3, which equals 6. Then, we do 6 minus 2, which equals 4. So the result of 9 minus 3 minus 2 is 4. Let's now look at subtraction for two two-digit numbers. We'll consider the example 45 minus 27. Using the column method, we set up our columns. Then starting with the ones place, we can see it is 5 minus 7, so we need to borrow from the tens place. The tens place becomes 3 and the ones place becomes 15. So 15 minus 7 equals 8. Next, we move on to the tens place. So 3 minus 2 equals 1. Therefore, 45 minus 27 equals 18. The column method of subtraction can be applied to any subtraction problem. You align the numbers by their place values, subtract from the rightmost column to the left, and borrow from the higher place value if necessary. After working through the previous examples, we're now in a position to comment on some properties of addition. First, when we subtract positive numbers, we visually move to the left on the number line. This helps us see subtraction as reducing the quantity. Second, addition and subtraction are inverse operations. If 7 plus 3 equals 10, then 10 minus 3 equals 7. This relationship helps us check our work and understand the connection between sums and differences on the number line. Let's now work through some examples. Say we have 123 minus 78. 1. Write the numbers in column format. 2. Start from the rightmost digit, which is our units place. This is 3 minus 8, so we need to borrow 1 from the tens place. The tens place 2 becomes 1, and the units place 3 becomes 13. So we do 13 minus 8, which equals 5. 3. Move to the tens place. We have 1 minus 7, so we borrow 1 from the hundreds place. The hundreds place 1 becomes 0, and the tens place 1 becomes 11. So we do 11 minus 7, which equals 4. 4. Finally, the hundreds place is 0, as there is nothing there to subtract. So we get 123 minus 78 equals 45. Finally, let's consider a case with zeros. 204 minus 56. 1. Write the numbers in column format. 2. Start from the rightmost digit, so we have 4 minus 6. We borrow 1 from the tens place. The tens place is 0, so we borrow from the hundreds place. The hundreds place 2 becomes 1, and the tens place 0 becomes 10. Now we borrow the 1 from the tens place for the units place. The tens place 10 becomes 9, and the units place 4 becomes 14. So 14 minus 6 equals 8. 3. Move to the tens place. So we have 9 minus 5 equals 4. 4. Finally, the hundreds place. So we have 1 minus 0 equals 1. Therefore, 204 minus 56 equals 148. By following these steps and using these examples, you should now feel more comfortable performing subtraction for positive integers when their difference is greater than 0. Practice these techniques to become more proficient and confident in solving similar problems. In today's lesson, we focused on understanding how to perform subtraction for positive integers when their difference is greater than 0. We discussed the concept of moving left on the positive number line during subtraction, helping us visualize how subtraction reduces the quantity. We also highlighted the inverse relationship between addition and subtraction, using it as a tool to verify and understand our calculations better. We then started with simple examples such as subtracting one-digit numbers. We then progressed to more complex cases involving two-digit numbers and the column method for accurate subtraction. We explored how to handle larger numbers and borrowing when necessary. We also covered the subtraction of multiple numbers, both one-digit and two-digit, emphasizing the step-by-step approach to ensure accuracy. By the end of this lesson, you should feel confident in performing subtraction operations under various conditions and recognizing how subtraction interrelates with addition, thus equipping you with essential skills for more advanced arithmetic tasks. Watch the rest of the GCSE Maths course at Sophos Education.